Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peachy and this is Plant and Style. So today's video is going to be my entry to the September favorites video, and I'm only going to have 5 plants to showcase at this time mainly because I don't have enough time in me today. And yeah, with that being said, let's hurry up and let's get started. The first plant, the number 1 plant that I wanted to showcase is a plant that I grew from one leaf cutting, and it was a bit pricey still, in my opinion, when I purchased it. I paid $9 for this one particular cutting right here, and as you can see, it has some beautiful variegation, and I was very confident that this one was going to grow nicely for me because number 1, it's a Syngonium, and it is known that Syngoniums are very easily propagatable. Is that a word? So you can easily propagate Syngonium, easy peasy, in any kind of media. And I can attest to that, and I have not failed a Syngonium propagation before. So I was very confident about getting this plant and paying as much as I did at the time. I am happy to report that it has grown well for me, and I have been meaning to share this plant to you because it was one of the wish list plants also back in the day, back when it was like $500 for a cutting. So I waited a long time, as you can see, but I'm happy to show you how she's looking right now. For a little bit I was worried because the first couple of leaves are looking very slim in variegation, although I know that there is a greater chance that the variegation would come back if I propagated it. I was hoping that I didn't have to do that to begin with because I'm very happy with just one stem. I wasn't thinking of having a full specimen. My goal is to grow it on this pole as skinny and compact as possible. I like its growth pattern compared to the regular Syngoniums, I guess, and I love that it's got this nice Monstera-like foliage in comparison to the arrowhead that is very common with Syngonium. So another thing that I love about this plant is the texture. It's like suede almost. It's matted, and at the same time it's a bit firm to the touch. As you can see, we have gotten an almost half moon variegation on this leaf, and it's already on its way to unfurling another leaf, and I think that is very exciting. It did root into this pole. This is Atta's plant pole, by the way, if you're interested. I think I'm just gonna grow this on a tabletop for now because now it's actually all facing in the same direction and it's looking fabulous. So I just have this, and it's a candle holder, and I'm just using it as a cover pot. As you can see, I have my handy dandy. It's still in this handy dandy deli container, and I have a self-watering wick rope that helps with the watering. You can see some roots there at the bottom, and it's currently in ambient condition as well. It's a little closer to the window because although Syngoniums are known to be able to withstand lower light situation, I didn't really want to do that to this plant. I wanted it to thrive more than anything. So number 1 plant is this beautiful variegated Syngonium chiapense. moving on to plant number 2. This one hopped in my favorites video a few times already in the past, I believe. So this was one of the first plants that I received from my plant group, and I am so happy that I still have it, and it is looking more fabulous than ever. Although it has decreased in leaf size tremendously, which is actually telling me that it needs a pole. I refuse to give it a pole because it is growing on my shelf, and I really like the jungle vibe that it brings on top of my shelf, and I feel like putting a pole would hinder it being on a shelf anymore, that I had to bring it down. And I also had this on a hanging planter actually for a while, and it was looking nice. It was like a banana leaf. It's just a lot of tropical vibes. So now this one lives in the bedroom, and this, as you can see, I don't know if I can show you the full plant. So here you go. That's good enough. And it's all facing this direction because, like I said, it was on a shelf, so it tends to face the sunlight, and which I don't really mind, like I said, because I really love the way it looks on top of my floating shelves. There was a time when it was turning green, like this old leaf right here, quite fast. The minty white variegation was fading so quickly for me. Since putting it under this grow light, it started to grow nicely like this, and I am so in love. And the last couple of growth that it put out has this sectoral green, which I find very fascinating. I love it, and also it makes up for the Monstera mint hunger that I have in me, which I'm not going to fall for anytime soon, to be honest with you, because it's still pretty pricey. Once again, this is my Philodendron Snowdrift, by the way, if I failed to mention in the beginning, which I think I did. So yeah, what do you guys think? I don't see this plant that often in anyone's collection, and I wonder why, because right now I think that you can get this pretty cheap. I've seen a lot of tissue cultured one also in the past, so I don't believe this one was tissue culture when I purchased it, because it was definitely a huge plant. It was an established plant when I did get it. And yeah, so I think the plan for this plant is I'm going to finally give it a pull and see what it does, because I really don't mind bigger leaves that are looking like this now, because it's such a vibe, right? The next plant is another philodendron, and a plant that I have not shown. I believe I might have shown you a glimpse of it in one of my tours, but I think now is the good time to finally introduce you, if I have not done so, my Philodendron Serpens. Because oh my goodness, it's looking so fabulous at the minute, and I'm so happy that I took another shot at this, because I have imported one in Ecuagenera, and this isn't it. That one faded away a long time ago, not long after I have imported it. So it was one of my winter import casualties. This one though I got locally, and I am so happy. This is the leaf that it has grown for me outside of the cabinet, and it's already currently working on another one, as you can see right there. And oh my gosh, this plant's petiole is just so satisfying. Oh my goodness, look at that. I was always curious about the fuzzy petioles that people were talking about this plant, and yeah, it's fascinating. I find it so cool actually. Like, the foliage is also like immaculate. Like, come on, if you don't like this kind of foliage, I mean, what's wrong with you? But this is just, it's very majestic, you know. I think I love that the older it gets, actually the color gets a little more dark, which is something I didn't know to begin with, because I've seen the previous serpents before, and they were just green, basic green. I didn't think that this plant would be darker in color. Maybe it's because of the lighting that I use, which right now it's in front, actually like few feet away, maybe 3 feet away from Barina, the standing Barina lights. If you have not seen this Barina lights, the one that stands up, and it's like mother grow light, only bigger and cheaper, and it actually is like, it works wonders. I really love it. So yeah, Philodendron Serpens, I highly recommend. I didn't think I was gonna say that ever because of the failed first plant, but somehow this particular specimen is making it so easy for me. So now it's just chilling on top of my desk right here. Like, it's actually, it lives right here. You can see it. So far it's doing fantastic, and I'm so happy about it. Once again, my Philodendron Serpens with the coolest petiole ever. The number 4 plant that I wanted to show you guys is something that I have gotten this year and has done nothing but wonderful things. This plant is the one that is super chill. Like, it did not budge from the shipment, and it transitioned to pond very easy so far in ambient condition. This is my Anthurium Queen of Hearts that is actually showcasing 4 different colors, shade of green and red and brown and dark brown. Yeah, it all in one plant. This plant is amazing, and look at this emergent leaf. This lighting is not giving it justice, I swear. This color is way brighter than it looks in the camera right now, but look at that. And the shape is showing a V shape. I didn't think that the sinus of this gets wider. I thought that this is like a heart shape, more of a heart shape. I did not expect it to be on this shape, honestly. I'm so glad it's doing it. Wow, that's better than I thought it would be. And I have it in this no drainage vessel, and it's actually a curved vessel because that's all I had at that time when I had to repot it. And I find that when you're transitioning anthuriums, especially from soil to pond, that they love to be in this kind of setup in the beginning. Once it reaches the water reservoir, I usually tend to move it into a wick rope system, just because some of them has tendency to rot when they are constantly submerged in the reservoir in water. But like I said, during the transition though, having it in a no drainage vessel initially is a lot easier as far as maintenance. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents of it. And Once again, it's beautiful Anthurium, Queen of Hearts, and it starts out this way. This is probably only a third of the size that it's going to be. When it hardens, so it slowly gets darker and darker before it turns a dark green. This is the oldest leaf. Yeah, I'm very happy to have this in my collection. Such a chill, super chill plant. Another one that I would recommend. So yeah, this one was from Tazula Plants, by the way. The last plant in this list that definitely is not the least is one of my all-time favorites, and it's right here. Here, because I cannot hide it. It's too big. I cannot get it off the camera at the minute, but that's the sneak peek of it. And I started this plant as a one-leaf cutting that is also my very first rare plant purchase, and a bit of a gamble, I must say, because this was off of Etsy, and my goodness, it was really expensive back then. It was $250, the most I've ever spent in a plant at that time, and one of my most expensive plants to start. I am so happy that I did when I did, because right now I have already sold a bunch of cuttings, grown actually. I have propagated it and grown it out and sold them. So I have made my money back already, and this is just a gift that keeps on giving. Oh my god, I cannot stress how easygoing this plant is for me and how beautiful she turned out to be. So without further ado, I bring you my wonderful Monstera Albo. And oh my god, look at her now. Isn't that worth everything right now? Oh no, please don't drop. So I am in the middle of transitioning its pole into Grow Thickly actually, and that's the top pole right there, if you can see it, maybe not. But the bottom pole is still my DIY pole, and I'm struggling a little bit to get it straight and get it stable. So I have it in this clear insert, which is it's just an acrylic. I think it's like a wine cooler kind of, where you put champagne on when for a party or something like that. So it's just on one of those that I found in Amazon, and I have this glass vessel as well because I really want to be on top of the watering on this plant, because like I said, this is like one of my all-time favorite plants, and I really wanted it to thrive for me. So I want to be able to see everything, like everything. So yeah, once again, look at her go. It's a little bit chaotic right down at the bottom and in the middle, but that's okay because I've already moved it. Once again, it's facing my Barina light, and it's very happy. This plant has yet crisped up. Like, it has no problem with the variegation, and I believe that's because of the well-balanced distribution of the variegation. Like, the more marble it is, like the better quality of variegation you'll get. Hopefully that this one will stay pristine for me. So yeah, that concludes today's favorites video, and I'm sorry it's a bit short, but yeah, I have more videos planned out for you guys, and I'm hoping to upload a lot more, because first of all, I need to turn this around and actually start trying to make some money because I really want to do this full time, and I cannot do this without you guys. So once again, I appreciate every single one of you. And that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you had a great time as much as I did. And if you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell down below so you'll be notified when my future video drops. Again, thank you all so much, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye!